let's talk about cursing, shall we? Hello, and welcome back to the show. This is Lynn. Today I'm going to start off with some announcements. If you have been listening to our podcast and have benefited from the information shared, I invite you to do a couple things which will help out our show. Our podcast was launched in March of 2021, and as of today, we have 47 episodes launched with over 47,000 downloads, averaging right under 1,000 episodes per week. Here's what you can do to assist. If you enjoy this podcast and have benefited from us, leave us a review on whichever platform you're listening to. We are currently listed on all major podcast platforms, and your review will help us with algorithms and help us get the word out. Second, subscribe to our Wake the Elephant YouTube channel. I choreograph videos to the podcast and release on regular intervals. Now let's talk about cursing, shall we? You may recall from a previous episode where I shared I grew up in an evangelical Christian home. I also stated that after several events and what I believe were eye-opening experiences, I decided not to return to the evangelical church or any church for that matter. I stopped attending and picked up cursing. Not in that order necessarily, but in this episode, we're going to talk about it a bit. I wasn't allowed to curse growing up. Not in the home, not in the church, not under my breath. So I was a good little girl. I did what I was told, but yet, and for many years, was unsure why I was treated like I was the bad one in the home I grew up in. I've talked about it in other episodes, but I was the family scapegoat, and I went no contact with some family years ago. I share more about it in the episode, My Story. Then I had enough of the evangelical church. I lost trust in organized religion, and I no longer subscribed to fear-mongering or emotional manipulation that is perpetuated. I was done with it. I saw through it, and in that sense felt liberated to express how I felt in new and exciting yet liberating ways. Welcome to a new language called cursing. Maybe it's an act of subconscious rebellion, in that I can freely do now what I wasn't able to do for many years. Now, I'm still a novice at it, a hobby I'm still learning to perfect, but I'm an advocate for it for several reasons. Cursing can be beneficial, as it may help to express how you feel towards something in new and exciting ways. 2, it can also release tension and stress in words that no other word or phrase can adequately do. I've also heard that people who curse are more truthful. What do you think? Do you believe this to be true? Are people who curse more honest or even more authentic, as one article I found suggests? Now, there are challenges in beginning to curse. Side note, now I am not saying just start cursing up a storm. As we learn about narcissism and the umbrella of control that we may be under and walking away from it, we learn new things about who we are and what we feel comfortable with. Not everyone is a gifted cursor. Is this a phrase? But here are some obstacles you may encounter as you are learning this new hobby. There may be guilt at first, or a feeling you did something wrong, which is shame. This can stem from your upbringing, like me being raised in the church, for example. Your audience matters. It's still not proper to swear or curse around children, and in some environments, right? Just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. It's wise to know when it's okay and when it's not. Some people may be offended. I read somewhere recently that if someone isn't offended, then we're probably not doing it right, whatever it is. So curse on. Do it right. Be honest. Be authentic. Embrace your rebellious side and learn to be okay with it if you are okay with it. When we remove the hindrances, which are the people and things that try to control us, we might change and become a different person, one that our friends may not be able to relate to anymore. And as we change and morph into who we enjoy being, it's a process of self-discovery, some deconstruction, and in moving forward. Have you been in these shoes? When an element of coercion or manipulation has been removed from our life, were there some changes that you made? What were they? This is Lynn, signing off for now. I'll see you in the next episode.